It's one of the first lightsabers I wanted to own, and I finally added it to my collection. I'm going to tell you how you could win a Darth Maul lightsaber today on Darth Rage Reviews.
Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force? Nah, for the Republic!
Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to another episode of Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force. We're in giveaway season. We're getting close, so business first, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscription bell. Once I get up to 10,000, I'm going to give away the farm. Giving away multiple lightsabers, including this one. Clone Trooper helmet. Details will come once I reach 10K. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe so we can get there and I can give this stuff away. All right, guys. So business out of the way. This is the fun stuff. I finally got my hands on one of the lightsabers I've always wanted. So this comes courtesy of Stupid Kyber on Etsy. So check out the Stupid Kyber site. Link in the description down there. They've got everything from Kyber crystals, custom Kyber crystals, Kyber crystal necklaces, all kinds of lightsaber parts and pieces, VHC compatible, so you can kind of build your own lightsaber. If that's not your thing and you want a fully built lightsaber, they have those as well. Great prices. You can get this saber there. But go check them out. Stupid Kyber on Etsy. There is a link in the description to their Etsy site. Great people, great products. So Stupid Kyber approached me and said, hey, I would like to give you a Darth Maul lightsaber to give away. And I was like, okay. And he's like, even better, I'm going to give you one for you and one to give away. So he so kindly sent me this lightsaber, and then he will very, very kindly send one of you the same lightsaber once I reach 10K and start that giveaway. So details of all that are upcoming, but first, let's take a look at this beauty. So, I said in the description, this is a lightsaber that I've really wanted from way back in the beginning when I first got into collecting lightsabers. To me, it's a really special hilt. It's the first time in the Star Wars universe that they went away from a standard lightsaber, one-bladed lightsaber. I argue that this is Darth Maul's, it's not really his entrance, but Darth Maul's entrance into that Duel of the Fates fight is one of the iconic moments in Star Wars history when he drops his cloak, puts the blade out, ignites one blade, and then ignites the other blade. Because originally when he fought Qui-Gon, he had only had one of the blades ignited. So, and I think we all knew it was a double-bladed saber from the previews and such, but man, that moment was just badass. So, from that moment on, I think I really wanted a version of this lightsaber. Then, of course, Maul returned in Clone Wars and Rebels and kind of took the piece of this that survived and turned it into another lightsaber, which, I don't know, maybe down the road I'll get that Asajj Ventress piece and make that staff as well. But this lightsaber is just gorgeous. So, as my boy Darth Raven says, this is absolutely a fingerprint magnet, but I'm not going to wear gloves. It's just not what I do. But look at this. So, I mostly have very positive things to say about this hilt. The only, there's two negatives that I have. One of them is that it won't screw in all the way. The coupler won't screw in all the way on one of the sides, so it leaves a gap like that. And the buttons don't line up right. Again, minor complaint. If I'm spinning this around, I just tighten it all the way, and I don't care that the buttons don't line up. And if I'm taking a picture, I can just loosen it up a little bit and have it so the buttons do line up. But then you've got that gap there. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to fix this. It's just past my mechanical skills, but it doesn't really bother me all that much. The only other complaint I have about this, and it's the same complaint really with all of the one-button cannon hilts, most of the times you can't, these are controlled by counting flashes of the button, as the button flashes, but there is no flashing button on these, so it's kind of all done just with a 1 1000, 2 1000, 3, and then release the button. And so sometimes it's hard to navigate through all the menus, the color changes, the different fonts, the different effects, and those kind of things. Again, minor complaint. I'm not getting this lightsaber to play around with different sound fonts and to see the different blade styles. I'm getting this lightsaber just because the hilt is so badass. So that's just my personal opinion. So what is inside this? So this is a base lit. It's an older version Nexus, which I guess would make it an LGT. It's an older version LGT Core baselit RGB. So it comes with those standard fonts. I'll kind of run through some of them here in a little bit, hopefully without too many issues, not being able to see the button flash. But again, I've got Profi sabers, I've got RGB sabers, I've got sabers that I spin. This is a saber that I want to kind of mount somewhere and look at. It's not something that I'm going to take out very often and spin around. I was talking with Elvis about it, and he asked if I would weather it, and I don't even think I'm going to weather this thing. I think once I'm done reviewing this, I'm going to polish this bitch up and pop her on a wall or something, because it really is a work of art. So you've seen the saber. Give me a second. I'm going to break it down, pop a blade in there, and we'll kind of walk through what comes installed in this saber. This is, again, the Darth Maul LIghtsaber staff from Stupid Kyber on Etsy. Let's take a look. All right, so let me show you two things that I really do enjoy about this saber and kind of what they've done to hide the our-worldness of it. So there are two blade retention screws that are up in the top, one on that side, one on that side. But if you loosen up the top of the pommel here, you can actually spin that to where it covers where those retention screws are. And if you get it right, you won't even see them. So very cool. Also, the charging port is actually hidden underneath this right here. You have to screw it out to see it. So, yeah, there's a button there, but they incorporate those into kind of the generic look of the hilt. So you don't have, anything that looks like it's not in the Star Wars universe here. So love that about this hilt. It's very cool. So power it on, and let's start with the first. So it's the RGB. It's got their version of Smooth Swing on it. It's not bad. The sound is nothing to write home about, but, again, I don't think you're getting this lightsaber for state-of-the-art sound or extremely effective smooth swing. It actually sounds a whole lot better when you've got them both on, swinging them around, because these swings, tend to react better when there's two sides of it going. So that's what you got there. So let's see what the next font is. And I think I can get this right.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
But you're not a Jedi.
You are not a Jedi yet.
All right, so that is Darth Vader's. Sorry, forgot you had to press the button for the... you get the point. Sorry, I was holding the wrong button. Turn it off. Next font.
You have something I want.
It's a dark saber. I don't even want to play it because I don't like the sound of that, so we're going to skip that. I think that one's actually Empress Palpatine. I actually like the sound of that font. Next up.
Rey Skywalker.
Rey's. Very similar, has the same kind of underpinning of a... That underbuzz is the same as that in the Dark Rey. Next up. The Princess Leia. So again, these are going to be the standard LGT Nexus sound fonts that they have.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Many of them, I think, are actually Kyberphonic. Kylo Ren.
General Kenobi.
Obi-Wan. Count Dooku. An elegant sounding lightsaber.
I'm Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis. It's just a good all-around sounding lightsaber. I feel like you can go dark side or light side with the Cal Kestis lightsaber. It's just right in the middle.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
That would be Luke's. And
You have something I want.
back to that. So okay, sorry, that was Luke's, not Vader's saber. And then back to the dark saber. So those are the fonts that come installed in it. Also, you've got pretty much full RGB color. It's a matter of like when the saber's on, you point it down, hold it. I think it's for 2 flashes, and then it'll just start cycling through. When you find the color you want, which I've got it on red, I'm not going to change it. The saber needs to be red. It doesn't need to be any color but red. But when you find the color you want, you then lock it in. But yeah, separates into 2 different sabers. So this is kind of like a buy one, get one free. You actually get 2 sabers for the price of one. Put it together as a saber staff, and you can try to spin that around. If you've got anything, you're going to need a smaller than, I feel like, a 32-inch blade, because I'm 6 foot tall. I put 32-inch blades in this. This one right here is, I think, a 24-inch, but that's the only 24-inch I have. So I'm going to have to cut my blades down in order to spin this, because it still came into like well over 6 feet with the 32-inch blades in it. So this thing is a beast. So this one was given to me very kindly by Stupid Kyber over on Etsy. Once again, check out the link in the description to see their website. But he took it one step further, and he's going to give one away to one of my subscribers. So basically, one of my subscribers is going to walk away with one of the coolest lightsabers in Star Wars. Completely free. All you'll have to do is basically comment on a video. That's how I do this. So how do we get there? We get there by getting me to 10,000 subscribers. If I can get to 10,000 subscribers, then I will launch a video that basically explains what is happening. And what is happening is it's going to be, hey, here's a list of everything we're giving away. You leave a comment, I draw a winner, and we send this to you. It's that simple. It is that simple. But first, I need to get to 10K. And the other thing I want you guys to do is I want you to go over and check out Stupid Kyber's Etsy. Take a look around. Come back here and let me know what your favorite thing on his site is. You know, is it one of the full hilts? Is it the pieces, parts that he's got to put it together? One of the Kyber crystals? Let me know what it is that you like over there. All right? So that's all I have for you today. It's a little review, a brief review of a saber I've wanted a long time. Thank you once again to Stupid Kyber over on Etsy for sending me this. Very proper of you. Very proper of you. If you guys want one as well, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to me to get me to 10K so I can launch that contest. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. As always, I'm Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.